Welcome everybody to the South Hockey Network, live on YouTube, live from beautiful Northwest Arena. We'll take you inside as we are officially set for the 2025 Governor's Cup Championship game between two teams that are rivals from Connecticut, the South Kent Cardinals and the Norwich Free Academy Cadets. My name is Dylan Ward, alongside Gerard Boris, our technical engineer, and Jeff Morrow, tournament director, here to do some color commentary for this one. Jeff, both these teams 4-0 here so far at the Governor's Cup. These two teams, big rivals. They've already played 3 times back in Connecticut, and they'll meet for the 4th time this season here in the championship game.
Yeah, and you don't know what the motivation is, or this is a big game for them or not. But I'm telling you, once these guys suit up and they drop the puck, you're going to see a lot of action.
So the buzzer sounds. I mentioned these two teams met already on 3 occasions this season. In the first meeting, Norwich Free took the victory 4-3. Second time, South Kent won 2-1. And the third time was a 10-4 final score. So a couple of close games and then a blowout. But everything is different here when these two teams are at the end of a 5-game and 3-day stretch. You got to think there's some tired legs out there, but the adrenaline will be pumping here for the Governor's Cup Championship.
Be interesting to see who starts at goal for Norwich. You saw both goalies in the game against Bethel. I think that's going to be a tough decision for coach.
15 minutes are on the clock here in the first period, as per usual at the Governor's Cup. The trophy will be presented here on this broadcast. Who will it be? South Kent or Norwich Free Academy? We are moments away from finding out. Well, more like an hour or 2 away from finding out. But Jeff, South Kent is going to wear the black jerseys. You see they're the designated away team, so they'll have the first line change. Norwich Free Academy is wearing the red jerseys as the designated home team. Usually you see at least one team wearing white, but we've got 2 solid colors here for this one.
Yeah, and it's a little tough to read the numbers on the Norwich jerseys, but we'll figure it out. You have good eyes, Dylan, I don't.
Well, both of these teams don't have nameplates, so that makes my job a little bit more difficult. We already have some chats. Says, let's go South Kent Cardinals. Owner says, Batu Power. Amber Miller, let's go SKS, South Kent School. 30 Arkin says, finish strong, Norwich Hockey Club, get the win. Cassie Joe says, let's go Norwich. We've got a lot of people already in the chat room before the puck has even dropped. A lot of
smack talking going on, Dylan.
You know it.
4 referee system today, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, 2 referees, 2 linesmen. 61 of you already watching right now, and no time has come off the clock yet. So your starting goaltenders for South Kent, it's going to be Julian Varallo, and for Norwich it's going to be Zoltan Kedvez. And we are underway here from Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York. Enjoy this one, everybody, as all of the games on the weekend have officially led up to this moment.
History will be made today, Dylan. First Connecticut school to ever win the Governor's Cup. Who's
it going to be? Norwich tries to strike early. Here's a shot. That one stopped by Valaro, and the net comes off its moorings. A quick opening sequence there for the Cadets, as that one is stopped by the goaltender. And Jeff, you know, these tournaments are designed for teams to come play unique matchups that they don't usually play at home, but, you know, when it comes to the championship game, I think it's fitting that we have these 2 rivals going at it for the Cup.
It's terrific in my mind as well.
Now left circle. This one regained by Severo Sugarek. Now brought out of the zone by Aiden Stepien. Goes back for Norwich, picked up by Hayden Greener. Played to the blue line. Champani. Now over and tapped home, they score quickly. It's sent home by Emmerich Briere, and the Cadets strike first here just 55 seconds into the game.
Pierre with his second goal of the tournament to go along with 3 assists, so 5 points on the tournament for him. A little what we talked about in the first game against Bethel, Dylan. The sideways movement, the setup plays, the holding of the puck by Norwich, second to none. And if you don't defend it, they're going to score on you.
So a dream start for Norwich. Just the second goal allowed in the first period so far this weekend by South Kent. One of these teams will finish 5-0 on the weekend, both of them 4-0. Norwich with a 6-2 win over Upper St. Clair, 5-2 over North Allegheny, 6-2 over Seneca Valley, and 4-3 this morning over Bethel Park. For South Kent, they opened the tournament with a 5-1 victory over St. Ignatius, 5-3 over Lake Forest, 3-2 over Upper St. Clair, and earlier this morning on the other rink, 2-1 over Culver. You're looking to quickly respond. Here's a shot. That one stopped by Cadets. Now brought the other way by Norwich. Will Horion down low, sent it to the blue paint, looking to tap that one home. And a second follow-up was shot on goal by Connor Dempsey, but the save was made by Villaro. Great start, Red. 55 seconds into the game, opening the scoring. Yeah, you bet that's a great start. Dylan Ward alongside Gerard Boris, our video producer, and Jeff Morrow, tournament director here on color. Here comes South Kent. They might have a 2-on-1. Sugarek takes the shot. That one stopped in the follow-up, hits the side of the net. Lifted out to the neutral zone. All the way down it goes, and that will be a pretty easy icing to call for the official.
Quick start to this game, Dylan. Both teams tried to create good scoring opportunities and both successful in that. But Norwich on the board first with a beautiful passing play in the opening minutes of the game.
12:32 to go here in the first period. Face-off won by South Kent. Here's a shot from the left point, taken by Jack Warbeck, but now sent the other way, and here comes our breakaway for Altrimbo. He takes a shot, and that one stopped.
Good save.
Now this is Tanko, sending it down low, below the goal line, and played back out the other way to the neutral zone. And sent back in, slid across, and fired in deep. Picked up by the Cardinals, Sugarek. Now brought the other way by Esposito. Stolen away in neutral ice, but given right back to the Cardinals. Bekashev fires it in. And Kedvez turned over again, and on net, trying to get a shot away was Elias Yarkov, but good defensive play was made. Now this one sent over to the far side by D. Carufel. Right in front, a couple of whacks. Champani tried to get a second chance look, but neither of those chances would go. What action here in the first, sub 4 minutes of this first period. Jeff, you think you can tell these two teams are rivals from back home?
Well, there wasn't much of a feeling out process, let's put it that way. These guys came out and they're with guns a-blazing from the beginning. My question is, are they going to be able to keep this pace up for 45 minutes?
We'll see. Here's one center that goes off a stick. Now regained by Howell. He takes a shot. That goes wide of the net off a deflection. Fourth meeting of the season between these two teams. The previous three were, of course, back in Connecticut. Regular season play. That one hits the post. Again, a 4-2 win for Norwich, 2-1 win for South Kent, and then a 10-4 win the very next day after that 2-1 win last month in November. Now, Sugarek, near side corner, sticked away. Now fired to the far side off the boards and picked back up by Norwich. All the way down it goes. And that'll be an icing with 10:07 to go here in the first period.
20th year of the tournament. I'm going to pull some of the history out and give you some of the previous champions, but none ever from Connecticut. So this is the first time thing for us.
And no matter what, the first Connecticut school will win the 2025 Governor's Cup. Now, Jeff, I'm curious to know if you have this off the top of your head. When's the last time we had two teams from the same state besides Pennsylvania in the championship of the Governor's Cup? Has it happened ever?
It has. We had two Illinois teams, Glenbrook South and New York.
That was semifinals.
Okay.
I'm talking about championship.
Okay. Let me pull the history out here.
You do that. Face-off coming at the right wing circle. South Ken attacking zone. Sent back up to the right point. This one fired deep off a deflection. Goes down below the goal line. And picked back up by Norwich. They're trying to clear the zone. Kept alive at the left point. Now it leaks out to neutral ice, and they'll fire it back in. Suleimanov. Puck taken away by Harayan. And it goes out the other way to neutral ice.
Gerard Dillon's got me on a history project here. We'll see what we come up with.
Now they rush into the zone 2-on-2. Comes to the near side. Filimonov couldn't get a shot away the first time. Then he did a second time, and it was blocked. And now will be sent outside the zone, or so they thought. Kept alive. Sugarak, but given up. And out come the Cadets. Here's Archambault. Fires a shot. Near side corner. Hit into the corner boards. And rung around the boards all the way out to the neutral zone. Good pace here to this first period. Lots of speed out there by the players. Also not a lot of whistles. We do have 4 officials, as you mentioned, Jeff. 2 referees, 2 linesmen, NHL style. All weekend we've had just the 2 officials. And if you were watching the game earlier this morning, you might know that why we need a couple more. Norwich free and Bethel Park going at it late in that third period. This one centered right in front. Here's a one-timer off the stick of Hayden Polly, but the save was made by Cadets. Now cleared out of the zone finally by Norwich. It's just going to miss the net, and it will be an icing, or maybe not. Goalie goes palms up. Same with me up here in the booth. I don't know why that was not an icing. All 4 officials didn't catch that one. Now a hit by Howell. Goes down to the far side, and the Cadets play it out to the neutral zone. Champani. Near side corner. And finally covered up by Villaro for a whistle.
So the conservative answer, Dylan, to your question is no.
No, okay. I'm sure Pennsylvania teams have both been in it.
Well, Holy Ghost defeated several different opponents over the years of this. And Ontario Hockey won it 3 times, so there wasn't another Canadian team. And New Trier won it 3 times, and that was not over an Illinois team. I remember for some odd reason Fenwick being in the finals. I'm not sure if that was against an Illinois team.
This one goes off the near boards all the way down for another icing. Over halfway through the first period.
Well, here's a challenge. Let's put a challenge out to our listeners. Go to pahockey.net, and we go to the history of the Governor's Cup, and you'll be able to see who they played in the history section. And maybe give us an answer by the end of the second period.
Okay, you heard it here from Jeff Morrow, tournament director. He has put you guys to the test. That looked offside. Yep, they'll call it. And Jeff, right as I was saying there haven't been a lot of whistles, it seems like there have been as of late. 6:47 to go here in the first period. Gerard and I have a flight to catch out of Buffalo Airport back home to Chicago. And Jeff, we have a lot of fun doing this tournament, and we really appreciate you accommodating us and, well, hiring us to be the official broadcast provider of the Governor's Cup. It's truly an honor for me and Gerard.
We wouldn't have anybody else.
Hopefully Todd Kazarowski's not listening. This one's backhanded down the other way. It's settled down by Cadets. Goes to the far side, looking to send that one out. It gets deflected in. And now a giveaway. They couldn't center that one for anybody. Now over the line, right wing side. Here's a shot off the stick of Servio Sugarek, and the save is made by Cadets. Kedvez, I should say. Zoli the goalie, as he's been referred to in the chat a couple of times. And, you know, with Norwich's team being mostly Canadians and Europeans, I would love to know in the chat, if you're not watching from the United States, where are you watching from? Let us know.
Burning the midnight oil.
Yeah. Well, luckily for you, this is not a night game. This is a 1 p.m. start here in New York. So if you are in Europe, this isn't in the middle of the night necessarily. It's just going to be at about 7, 8, 9 o'clock p.m.
Settle in and get a cup of coffee,
There
maybe
you
hot
go.
chocolate, right?
It is that time of year, Jeff. This one's fired in by Archambault. Comes to the near side corner. And played out to the neutral zone. 2-on-2 rush ahead. Howell takes the shot. That one missed the net. Bounces off the end glass. And now up and out of play. No protective netting here at Northwest Arena.
The cozy Northwest Arena.
Yeah. By the way, if it looks like there's not a lot of people in the stands, that is because everyone's here on the near side. This is a 5,000 seat stadium. So there's going to be some empty seats, Jeff. That's just the truth of it.
Well, the best seats are on this side with us.
Exactly. Also, you can't see it because it's only on our side, but there is a second deck, which we are broadcasting from. Sugarek over the line, left wing side, puts on the brakes. Go back down to the corner, and it's sent to the near side. Brett McQuaid now up high, kept in the zone by Kruger. He'll fire it deep. Back up to the right point. Shot on goal, or towards the net, I should say, blocked by Nazarabe. Now a quick shot goes off a stick and stays inbounds. Kept alive by Norwich, looking to add pressure. Here's a shot, that one stopped by Villaro. Rebound grab by the Cardinals. And it just comes out to neutral ice.
Laura's a big netminder for South Kent. My first chance to see him play.
Same here. It was Cash Johnson in net when we broadcasted for South Kent earlier. What a pass there, and a nice move. Going to his backhand is Yarkov, but he couldn't put that one on target. Now back up high to the left point. Here's a shot off the stick of Werbeck, but that one's blocked and sent out of the zone once again. Down to 3:50 to go here in the first period. 1-0 the score. Emmerich Briere with his second goal of the Governor's Cup. The lone strike coming 55 seconds into the ball game. Now below the line. The Cadets grab it back, play it off the near boards. That'll go all the way down and become an icing. I want to take a second here. Look at all of these responses. This is beautiful. Kazakhstan, Montreal, Canada, Slovakia. So sorry, but I don't understand that. Quebec City, Slovakia again. And DRK Files Archive says, live from your mom's house.
Oh boy, that's a handful.
Keep the chats coming. We love to interact with you watching at home. If you have any questions about the Governor's Cup, feel free to ask. We've got the best guy possible to answer them for you, Jeff Morrow, here on Color. My name's Dylan Ward. So happy you found us here on the South Hockey Network for this one. Now brought across the line, and one man loses a glove. That was Escudero, I should say. And now sent back out to the neutral zone. Knocked in, and here comes Norwich. Escudero tried to center it, then he's hit hard into the end boards. Slow to get up, no penalty called. And now the Cardinals bring it in. Taken back by Norwich. And out comes Montpetit. Tried a shot, gobbled up by the goaltender Valaro and held on to.
Well, I found a little gem here for you. In 2020, in the Hoosier Cup, New Trier was to face Glenbrook North, and they didn't play. So that's as close
That's
as
right.
I'm going to get.
That's right.
We won't get into the specifics of that one.
So what are they, co-champions?
Yes. It
So-
was a gentleman's agreement. That's
Now
what
let me ask you this question. Say, for instance, Glenbrook North wins another Hoosier Cup in the future. Is that their second championship?
be their third because they've won it once before.
Okay, but that does count as a full championship in terms of counting your number of titles.
Well, I learned from Ohio. Ohio had a situation. We'll get to that story. I'll let you back to the call and let me expand upon the Ohio situation.
Well, we got a whistle. Perfect timing, Jeff. Go right ahead.
So back in 2008, Sylvania Northview and St. Ignatius, who we saw here from Cleveland, met in the state final. They played 8 overtimes, and the committee decided to end it as co-champions. Safety reasons, and because those kids poured their heart out for better part of 11 periods, they decided to make co-champions.
Now, Jeff, are these full periods of overtime? How many minutes are we talking about here?
Ohio had 10-minute overtime.
There's a pass up ice. So that's an extra 80 minutes of hockey. Now a backhand shot, and they score! What a play! Severio Sugarek with his third goal of the tournament ties the game here with under 2 minutes to go in the first period. All square, one apiece.
You know the magic wand, Dylan, for this tournament is the number of one-goal games, and I think we're looking at another one.
Half of the games so far at the Governor's Cup have been decided by one goal, and that does not count games that were 2-goal games with an empty netter, right? So those are just strictly one-goal games in the final score. So with a few empty netters, over half of this tournament has practically been decided by a one-goal game.
Yeah, for those that don't know much about the Governor's Cup and want to come here, get on the email, text me, email me. We'd love to have you.
And you might have a chance to be broadcasted here. Here's a shot from the left side. That one is gobbled up by Cadets. Whistle with 1:16 to go in the first.
Truly, I'll tell you, one of the great Governor's Cup finals I'm going to share with you in a minute.
On the near side, Hayden Polly back up to the right point. Deflected, they score! What a play! Perfect tip by Kevin Howell. And South Kent with another quick one. They've got 2 goals in, 40 seconds or so, and they've taken the lead.
Good play from the back of the net to the front of the net. Right in the slot, right in the prime scoring area. Got it to the front of the net, and the South Kent player made no mistake in bearing it. It's 2-1.
Oh, that is just gorgeous. Just underneath the crossbar. You're going to get a great look at it here. See if his stick comes into our frame. Just enough, and some of the best goaltenders are not going to stop that. Here's a turnover and a quick shot by Dempsey, stopped by Valaro.
Valaro played big in
one.
that play. He got his feet out of the paint, and he spread himself wide, and he gave no room for a goal in that one.
Well, what a start to the game we've had so far. Already 3 goals. put it in perspective, South Kent's goals for and goals allowed through 4 games in the first period was 3. They scored 2, allowed 1. Now they've matched that differential in this game alone. Below the goal line, this is Toscan. Plays catch once again, now sent up to the point. Kruger goes across. Here's a shot off the stick of Daniel Esposito, but that goes wide. Now Kruger back down low. Toscan towards the net. Stopped by the pad. 16 seconds to go in the period. Back off the end board glass. They can't clear it out. Another shot comes in from the left point, and another save is made by Cadets. Zoli, the goalie, coming up clutch here in this final minute of play in the first period. Buzzer sounds, and Norwich Free, who struck first in the opening minute, allows 2 late, and South Kent, with 2 unanswered, now leads 2-1 after 1/3 of the game.
Interesting start to this tournament in 2006. Buffalo St. Francis and New Trier Green out of Illinois were very interested in playing each other. And so I set up the first round game in the preliminary round, and they played to an overtime shootout. Terrific hockey game. New Trier beat them 3-2. They go on, play the playoff round, meet in the finals, and Buffalo St. Francis won 4-3 in a very tight game. That's why people come here, Dylan. They want to play close hockey games and play against good competition. And we're seeing more of that in the preliminary round, but we're also seeing it in the playoff round.
Just great competition year in and year out. Last year, the Glenbrook South Titans won the championship game 6-1, and that was really out of the ordinary for the Governor's Cup. South Hockey Network, Dylan Ward alongside Jeff Morrow, Gerard Boris, our video producer. Norwich scored first. Emmerich Briere started the scoring, and then Severio Sugarek tied the game. Kevin Howell took the lead with a great deflection for the South Kent Cardinals, and we have switched sides. Period of the long change will commence here
Dylan,
at Northwest Arena.
There's been a Lucas Atwell sighting. Our longtime scorekeeper was in the hospital yesterday, and he's out and he's down with Bobby V. So great to see Lucas down there. Maybe we'll visit with him a little later.
No doubt about that. Definitely good to see. I know everyone here was thinking about Lucas. He's been the scorekeeper, the main scorekeeper here at this tournament for several years, at least as long as I've been covering the Governor's Cup. This is my 5th, Jeff. I think he was around longer than that.
I think I've been here for about 6 years, haven't I?
You? More like 20. The first Governor's Cup held in 2006. 20th annual here in 2025. Glad to have you with us on the South Hockey Network. Hope you found us okay as Igor Toscan brings it in for Norwich. Down the left wing side, takes a shot off the blocker of Villaro and sent up high. Now a big hit down there near the glass. Sent back up to the left point. Loose puck, and it's sent ahead, and it's a breakaway. Here comes Ivan Filimonov. He scores! What a shot! And another quick one from South Kent. 3 unanswered goals as they lead 3-1.
What I liked about the play that South Kent made is once he got the breakaway, he had his head up the entire time to see where he was going to shoot that puck. And he may have looked him off, but he placed a perfectly placed shot on the stick hand side, as you'll see with the rebound. He had, that's a mature hockey player, and great goal. So 3-1 South Kent.
Ivan Filimonov, the leader in points here for the South Kent Cardinals, now extends his record to 8 points, 3 goals and 5 assists.
We have a special guest up in the booth we're not going to be able to talk to, but Lucas Atwell is with us. there was a sighting in the building. And
yeah, right on cue, Lucas comes up here. And Lucas, if you do want to talk to Jeff at the intermission, you're more than welcome to throw the headset on. Hope you're doing okay. I heard you were in the hospital, so glad to see you back here in the rink.
Well, he's here to present the MVP trophy.
Okay.
That's his specialty.
Lots of candidates as this shot on the top of the left circle is absorbed by Cadets for a whistle with 12:55 to go in the second period. 3 unanswered goals after Norwich led 1-0.
Well, we had Holy Ghost Prep out here many years. They were a 5-time champion, and we hope they can return. We spoke with Gumps Whiteside the other day, and I think they're coming back.
There's a shot from up high. That one stopped. Another one also stopped by Cadets. Shots on goal now 16-13. Make that 17-13. Pretty high shot total here at this point in the game, but I'd say that those shots are pretty accurate.
If you're counting them, they're on the money.
I think Gerard's counting them.
Attaboy, Gerard. Keep him on his toes.
Icing here, and it'll be an offensive zone faceoff for the South Kent Cardinals. Currently with an overall season record of 11-8-3, a Governor's Cup record of 4-0-0. Of course, those 4 Governor's Cup games count in the overall record. On the other side of things, Norwich is 13-7-1 on their overall season. Again, these two teams, 7 different states represented here at the Governor's Cup, but these 2 from Connecticut, the only 2 from Connecticut, lock horns here in the championship game. These 2 teams, big rivals. They've already played each other 3 times this season back on home ice. And Jeff, yes, while those games are regular season for them, and this one is not regular season, you might think that this one could be the most important game of them all with a trophy on the line.
Oh, no question. I got a chance to talk to some of the folks that travel with both of these teams, and they are quite thrilled with the accommodations here in Jamestown, the restaurants, and the sheer aspect of this event.
Both these teams are first-timers, right?
Yeah, and I think you're going to see them back here.
Now, first-timers at the Governor's Cup, have they competed in any of your other tournaments, Jeff?
They have not.
So first time all-around National Invitational Scholastic Showcase participants. This pass missed a man in neutral ice. That'll be an icing. And an offensive zone draw incoming for Norwich.
Do we have some Illinois following today, maybe?
Illinois following?
Yeah, anybody from Illinois. I know you have a big fan club.
Yeah, a lot of people from Illinois are subscribed to the South Hockey Network. We cover our team, the Glenbrook South Titans. You know what, Jeff? The Glenbrook South Titans currently on the bus back home to Glenview, Illinois. Maybe a couple of those kids have found their way onto this broadcast.
They're dialing it up on the iPad.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe even the phone. Suleimanov. Down low, this one played to the far side, and Norwich able to deflect this one in. Chasing after it is Montpetit. He leaves it. Oh, slot. Able to get a clean shot off, and now South Kent rushes the other way. They might have an odd man rush. Played off the far boards, centered right in front, and goes to the backhand and scores. What a goal again. This time buried by Daniel Esposito, and make it 4 straight unanswered for the Cardinals.
Well, when you're coaching young kids, you tell them to keep their stick on the ice. And Daniel Esposito fundamentally made that happen. He stopped the puck, put it to the backhand, cool, calm, and collected, and South Kent now has a 4-1 lead. Beautiful goal, beautiful pass, beautiful execution on the behalf of South Kent.
Yeah, that pass was great, got below the stick. Got to give credit where credit's due. That was Sugarek on that assist, so he's got his second point at least of the game. We'll double check the official goals and assists during the second period intermission. But Jeff, I mean, you talk about a hot start for Norwich Free Academy, scoring 1-0, 55 seconds in, now suddenly in a hole. Now another odd man rush. Coming down the left wing side and firing a shot was Bekashev. Now bounces out to the neutral zone. Over the line they come. This one's centered. Goes down to the near side corner. And grabbed by the Cardinals. Back up high it goes. Now to the left circle. Here's a shot by Werbeck. Stopped by Kedvez.
Excellent tape-to-tape passing by South Kent. I mean, this has been a real showcase of their talent and skill level. Their players have their heads up. They're putting the puck. It's good click passing. Another one.
Yeah, right off a face-off win, and that shot goes on target from way downtown. And a injured player is just slowly getting up for Norwich. Meanwhile, they rush in, kept alive at the blue line, and finally the Cadet player will labor to his own bench, clearly in some pain, trying to identify who that is. Looks to be Connor Dempsey.
Number 34, yeah.
Yep. This will be an icing. Let's watch it one more time from the goal cam. It was way behind the puck. You can see number 34 right there. He gets taken down, and took him a few extra seconds to get up, but able to skate to his bench under his own power. .9:25 to go here in the second period. Goes without saying, Jeff, but points per period no longer a factor. Just win the game, that's all that matters.
Yeah, but the mental toughness developed through that format is still in play. These teams are real good defensively, and the reason being is they work hard on their positioning. They do a lot of stick lifting, a lot of body positioning. I'm very impressed with South Kent here. The latter half of the first period, second period, they've really got the puck going north and south, and they're getting it to the net.
Norwich gives it up. Hoskins sent it to the blue paint. Puck bouncing high in the air and finally cleared out. This will not be an icing. The arm of the linesman was up, but the goaltender Villaro decided to keep play moving. We've got 97 people currently tuned in right now. We thank you so much for hanging out with us here on this Sunday evening instead of watching football. And that's just 97 screens. Who knows how many groups of maybe families or others are watching all on one screen. Norwich plays this one out. They might have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Over the line is Archambault, centers it, deflected towards the net. Here's another shot down low by Molnar, but that wouldn't go. Now a backhander by Archambault goes wide and rolls through the blue paint. Now here come the Cardinals again. One-on-one, it's Yarkov to go to his backhand. He's knocked down, no penalty there, and cleared all the way down. This will be an icing. Want to look at this chat from Matt. South Kent has some famous current hockey players that went there. Joel Farabee, Shane Pinto, and Shane Gossesbear. Well, Matt, you just named two players on my fantasy team, Pinto and Gossesbear. Those are both really talented players, and talk about the season Shane Gossesbear has been having. Unbelievable for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, it's a talented team.
Back underway. Now, my question for you, Matt, is did they play for the South Kent Cardinals high school team, or did they play for whatever club team it would have been? Jeff, we've hit the exact halfway mark of regulation time. 7:30 to go here in the second. Here's a quick shot. That one stopped. Rebound. They score! That one deflected in. A weak shot off the stick of Emmerich Briere. If it's his goal, it's his second. He'll lead the handshake line, and it's 4-2.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more offense in this game. These teams have kind of opened up play, and been a lot of odd man breaks, a lot of breakdowns in the defensive zone.
Yeah, that's his goal. It was deflected by a defenseman, not another. Oh, yeah, that goes off the skate. That actually takes 2 deflections and ends up going off the skate of the Cardinal defenseman and in. So a break for Norwich, and just what the doctor ordered to try and get them back in this one, Jeff. We've got a lot of time left here in this game. Sent down to the low slot, and the Cardinals will bring it out. Here comes Bekashev. He's knocked into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty, and that's going to be our first penalty of this game. Off to the power play goes South Kent with 6:53 to go in the second. So the tripping call, and South Kent will get to work on the power play. 23.1% so far at this tournament. Norwich on the PK, 87.5%. So we'll see if the Cardinals can crack him here. This one sent to the left circle. Sugarek gets it back up high. Here's a shot. That one stopped. Shot taken there by Aiden Stepien. Now left point. Down to the circle, back up to Stepien. Goes across. Esposito. Down low. Up to Sugarek. Down below the goal line again. They look to center that one for Filimonov. It goes off a defender's skate. 40 seconds gone by in the power play. It hasn't left the zone, but not too many high danger scoring opportunities. We get a whistle here below the goal line. And what do we have here? Did the net come off? Doesn't look like it. Do we have a penalty on the play? I don't know what I'm missing there. Let's watch it one more time. Maybe the behind the net cam will give us some kind of indication. Jeff, I have no idea why that play was stopped. But not much of an argument from the players on either team. Now Norwich will clear this one down. But it was touched by a high stick of the Cardinals. So that'll result in a face-off in their own zone with 5:55 to go here in period number 2. 1:02 to go on the power play for South Kent School. But they'll take a D-zone draw. Face-off sent to the far side, eventually won possession by South Kent. And this is McQuaid coming through the neutral zone. McQuaid over the line, left wing side. Backhands it around the boards and picked up far side corner by Howell. Kevin Howell. Bekashev now up to the high slot. Here's a shot deflected wide. McQuaid with the shot there. Another shot deflected wide. 30 seconds to go on the power play. 5:15 to go in the second.
Good exchange passing by South Kent.
Yeah, again, great job controlling possession on this power play, but Jeff, I really wouldn't say they've had any high danger scoring opportunities yet. Here's a shot. That's probably their best look, and that's stopped by the goaltender, and the whistle goes and the ref says, "My bad." I don't know if he thought the net was off or what that could have been.
Norwin's playing a disciplined box, and they're boxing out South Kent from getting into the middle of the ice. Nice job by Norwich.
By the way, that whistle we were trying to figure out was a hand pass. We the sheeple coming in hot with that explanation. We appreciate that. Must have missed it in real time. Back underway and out of the penalty box is Norwich. And we're back to 5-on-5. So South Kent 0 for 1 on the power play. Now falls to 3 out of 14 so far at the Governor's Cup as it stays 4-2 in favor of the Cardinals. Between these two Connecticut rivals. Puck grab by Norwich, streaking in neutral ice, wanting a breakaway was Escudero. Now Norwich will get something set up in the attacking zone. This one thrown down low, off the stick of Escudero. Now down below the line. Number 69 in red. Light off a skate and trying to deflect it out. Now they will bring it out. This is Sugarek. Over the line, has tons of speed, puts on the brakes. Sugarek around the boards into the near side for Toscan. Plays it up to the left point, kept alive by the skate of Esposito. Now grabbed back by Norwich, and they will clear this one out. '20th Annual Governor's Cup Championship game. This is our 8th broadcast here of this tournament so far on the weekend. This one sent down to the right wing circle. Here's a shot looking for a deflection, but that rolls in the blue paint and wide. Now back up high. Here's another look kicked out of there by the pad of Cadets. Out of the zone it comes. Now Norwich will bring it in. Onside. Here's a shot, that one by Champani. And the save was made by Villaro. 24-19 your shots on goal here, with some change in the second period. Now through neutral ice and sent down below the goal line. Jeff, not too many crazy chances for either team as of the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's good defensive structure, Dylan. Both teams have it. They're boxing out the middle of the ice. Norwich seems to have taken that away from South Kent here. They're packing it in.
Now Norwich out to the neutral zone. This one slapped in. And taken back by the Cardinals. Will either team find another goal here before the ice cut? This one sent to the near side corner. Grabbed up high and sent down low once again by Norwich. Archambault. Intercepted by Brett McQuaid as he sends it all the way down. That's going to be an icing. 124 here in the middle frame. So Norwich opened the scoring. 4 straight goals by South Kent, and Norwich with the most recent goal. Both Norwich goals scored by Emerick Briere, the senior forward.
And in this last minute, Dylan, let's look and see if Norwich can get one step closer with a goal here.
Would be more than ideal for them. 4-3 game feels so much more different than a 4-2 game. Feels like more than just a 1-goal difference. Below the goal line, Villaro sticks it to the far side. Now out to the neutral zone. Grabbed by Bekashev. They'll send it in, but regained by Amaziel. Amaziel goes out to neutral ice. They try and dump it back in, but it's brought ahead by Norwich. Down to the circle. Here's a shot, that one just high of the net. And now covered up beside the cage by Julian Villaro. We get a stoppage with 45.5 here in the second.
Villaro's been very solid in between the pipe. But it's the defensive structure of South Kent that's impressive. They're not giving up high-end quality scoring chances.
Left circle draw incoming. And South Kent's Igor Toskin offside on the face-off, so a bit of a delay, and finally they drop the puck, and the Cardinals bring it out the other way. Yarkov leaves it. This one sent to the left side circle. Touch back up high. Now grabbing it again. Sending it to the net was Toskin. He was looking for a deflection from Howell, who was right down there. Low slot. 20 seconds to go in the period. Down below the line, sent up high again. Here's a shot off the stick of Stepien, but it gets deflected wide. Now Norwich, will they have enough time here to get a clean look? It's dumped in. Bounces off the end boards, picked up below the cage just for a moment, then swooping in there defensively is South Kent. They clear it out to neutral ice. And that will bring us to the buzzer, ending period number 2. So 4-2 your score here in the 2025 Governor's Cup Final. And Jeff, one more period left in this weekend, or at least one more regulation period. We'll see what happens here between these two Connecticut rivals.
You know who might have a better memory on the in-state teams that have been to the final is our man here, Lucas.
All right, Lucas, you wanna hop on the broadcast here? All right, let's do it. Jeff, you want to talk to him?
Well, I'll talk to him, then you can talk to him.
Well, I don't have much to say to him. We haven't really met too much, but Jeff, have some fun. Here you go.
All right.
Oh, how we doing, Jeff?
Lucas, great to have you. How you feeling? That's the first question.
Oh, a little sore. I've only been out for a couple, a little more than a day, so. But had to make it down here. Been doing it for, what, now 10 years?
Yes, sir. So the big question was, did two teams from the state meet in the finals? And I can't remember that it ever happened.
I can't recall. I mean, I've seen so many teams come through here and so many quality teams from all different places. I know you bring in new people every year and new teams. It's always good to see the quality and the effort that you put into that. And I mean, I'm sure there may have been a time where teams near one another came in, but I can't recall a time when there were.
Well, I know we have one first. We didn't have our wager this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't around for that.
We didn't have it. In your honor, we didn't have it. We understand our good friend Eddie is in South Carolina.
Yeah, he moved down to Georgia.
And how's things going with FedEx? They worked you into Tizzy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been with them for a couple months now, and I've enjoyed it, and it's been fun.
So, memories of this tournament, you've been with us 10 years. Anything in particular stand out?
How much it changes every year. There's always a new team. There's always new surprises. There's always, kids that come out of here and look like superstars, and it's fun to just watch them play and develop,
And two teams from Connecticut for the first time, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, when I got here, I saw Bobby, and I told him, I said, I don't think I've ever seen either one of these teams. He said, no, they're both from Connecticut. I said, must have been two new teams Jeff brought in.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to get Bobby, we have to get him the trophy, because that presentation's coming up later today. So we have the MVP, which Dylan and I need to discuss. We have a lot of work to do before we get to the end of this one. But I want to thank you for your years of service to this tournament and the Pittsburgh tournament as well. Next year, we're going to get you a nice vacation out to Notre Dame. What do you think about that?
I'd love it if you can work that out with the big bosses. We'll see if we can make it down there.
Right. Well, thanks so much for coming on today. And it looks like, South Kent has the advantage, but Norwich they could score in bunches, as we saw against Bethel Park today. So the outcome is still in the balance.
As it always is. It's always hockey until the last minute.
So thanks again, Lucas. We're going to get Bobby to get the trophies out. and get them out of the case, and we'll beat everybody down at center ice after the third period, maybe a little overtime.
Hey, I always like the overtime.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yep.
Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Time for period number 3 of the 2025 Governor's Cup Championship game. Dylan Ward alongside Jeff Morrow. And we're about to show you the live look-in of where we're set up. All the way up there, you can see us just in the second deck. Dylan Ward and Jeff Morrow, happy to be with you on the South Hockey Network. As it's time for period number 3. Jeff, the Cardinals leading 4-2 against the Cadets. And we've got 15 more minutes at least of regulation to decide this one. It's been a good game so far.
Yeah, and South Kent showing very good structure.
Looks like we got a wireless mic. Should we give it a quick test?
Yeah, we'll give it a testing.
Let me see it.
Lucas knows how to work that.
Testing. Oh yeah, that baby's working. So you'll be able to use that to do the PA right from up here, Jeff. So far, South Kent has goals from Kevin Howell, Severio Sugarek, Ivan Filmonov, and Daniel Esposito. As for Norwich Free Academy, both of their goals have come from Emmerich Briere as we get set for the final 15 minutes of regulation time. Oh, I turned it off, Jeff.
That's okay. That's what we wanted.
All right, so we'll leave that here for when it's time.
So a couple of things to look for here in the third period. We're going to see whether Norwich presses a little bit on the offensive side of the puck and see if they can break that defensive structure of South Kent.
All right, we are underway. Norwich with a perfect goal differential in the third period at this tournament of 8-0. As we switch back to our first period shooting sides, Norwich in the red jerseys, South Kent in the black jerseys, as these two bitter rivals from Connecticut meet up here in the third. This one's knocked in by Norwich, quickly grabbed by South Kent's Igor Toskin and brought the other way. Cardinals into the zone down the right wing side. This one's centered for a tip by Yarkov, didn't get it. And it's covered up by the goaltender, Kedvez, for a whistle.
So Kedved's been in goal for the duration of this game. Is that correct, Dylan?
That's correct. NJ Polish Hammer says, let's go South Kent School. Get your heads out of your ... I wonder what he was implying there. You have a guess, Jeff?
Is that South Kent or Norwich?
No, that's South Kent. SKS,
wow.
South Kent
They're
School.
That's a little harsh. They're winning 4-2.
That's what I'm thinking.
What the heck is going on there, Dylan?
Not sure, but here's a shot. And that came after the tying goal, or the most recent goal, I should say, that brought them within 2.
I came up with a wonderful idea, and I'm sure Lucas will like this. We could send Ricky to see what's going on with that one. What do you think, Lucas?
I don't know if he can hear us.
That's a funny joke. Ricky is the mayor here inside the arena. Knows everything that's going on.
As now the Cardinals bring it the other way. It looks like Bob Valenti's waving to us. And that'll go all the way down for an icing.
Yeah, he wants me to step out for a minute to make a phone call here.
Well, that's fine. You can do your thing.
Okay.
I muted your mic, Jeff, so go ahead with that call. Face-off coming in the neutral zone. Dylan Ward alongside Jeff Morrow and Gerard Boris, our technical engineer. So happy to have you with us on this Sunday afternoon. Who needs football? You've got Governor's Cup hockey here from Northwest Arena. Now over the line, left wing side. This one's turned away. And that one bounces off the top of the net. And nearly a problem. It was sitting in the blue paint. My, oh my. Let's take another look at that one. Well, lucky for you guys, we can watch the replay to see exactly what happened. We're going to get the goal cam look from behind the net right here. Yeah, it bounced off the the roof of the net right there. Maybe the crossbar, and then went sitting in the blue paint. And now South Kent takes the puck back in their own end. Out to the neutral zone. Nice move there as it's sent to the left circle. South Kent in the black, going from left to right. Norwich in the red, going from right to left. Here's a quick shot, the stick of Hayden Polly, but that hit the outside of the post. Now back up the other way. Regained by the Cardinals. As they'll come over the line. Right wing side. Here's a shot right into the chest protector of Zoltan Kedvez. And that's held on to. All right, Jeff, looks like you're done with the phone call. I'll re-up your microphone here.
Yeah, a little administrative duties there with the medals and the MVP. We still have to think about that, but we have a long way to go before that happens.
Well, a couple candidates I can think of.
Well, we'll discuss that off the air.
Oh, I don't know
we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I don't know when we're going to do that. This is the third period.
We'll figure it out. We have magic on our side. Gerard, we'll figure that out. Somehow.
I can let you know who I think just by circling my sheet. Here's a quick one-timer in the slot.
That's a great idea.
Now left wing circle. This one deflects wide of the net. And now played out. Norwich grabs the puck in neutral ice. They've got a breakaway. Dempsey in on net. He scores!
There it is.
It's a 4-3 game as Connor Dempsey gets his third goal of the tournament and gets Norwich back within one.
One thing that you learn here, we talked about this at lunchtime today, what teams learn off of other teams. Bethel Park stretched the ice against Norwich today a couple times, and they got breakaway goals, and Norwich has turned the table, and they've used that offensive prowess, and they're back in this game, Dylan.
Just like that, Jeff, it was once 4-1 in favor of South Kent, now 4-3. We've got ourselves a hockey game here in the third period. NJ Polish Hammer not being shy with his words or her words. Let's go SKS. No lead is safe. Wake up. Wow. Wake up in all caps, by the way. 3 exclamation marks. So he is meaning business.
Well, Dempsey had the big game winner in this game against Bethel Park today, and that may be a huge goal there that he just scored.
11 minutes to go here in period number 3. And Jeff, this was once 4-1. We've got another 1-goal game. What do you know here at the Governor's Cup? Exactly half of the games have resulted in 1-goal games at this tournament. 13 out of 26. And Jeff, that is not including games that had an empty net goal that were 1-goal games, like a 3-1, for example. So there's been a lot of close matchups here.
I want to make a proclamation. We want to invite some of those Chicagoland teams that used to come here, Glenbrook North, Dew Trier, Providence Catholic that we had at the Hoosier Cup. Bring your offense here, and so let's test it against these great teams.
Well, this one's knocked in by Norwich. We hit 10:30 to go here in this third period. Being raced after down in the Cadets zone. The far boards and brought out through neutral ice by Benedictenko. Now off the boards once again.
One of those 1-goal games we saw right here in the GBS network was the Glenbrook South's victory over Buffalo St. Francis, and both those teams will be back here next year, I'm sure.
Buffalo St. Francis has a legit tournament team next year, right?
Yes, sir.
Instead of just the 1-game filler.
Yep.
Now out in neutral ice, this one's punched ahead. Cardinals pick it up. Bekashev.
Maybe we could even get Orchard Lake St. Mary's here from Michigan. That'd be a lot of fun.
Jeff, the shots on goal were once a wide margin in favor of South Kent. Now they lead 27-23 here in the third period. This one's turned over. Here's a shot.
Oh,
big
great
save made by Villaro.
Villaro came up big there.
Now neutral ice. It's regained by the Cardinals. What a game we've had here in the 2025 Governor's Cup Final. As we get a whistle, high stick.
One of the interesting things is the turnaround time for the championship game versus the semifinals. It's usually a 3-hour turnaround. There's some tired bodies out here on adrenaline, but use of that bench, if you're both Wayne and Rob, you better start using that bench a lot to have some fresh legs out there.
Face off one back up high by the Cardinals. Below the goal line. Some thrown in front, but getting in the way of that nice play made there by John Edward Bettencourt. Now to the neutral zone. This one backhanded down the other way. Into the Cardinal zone. Given up. Here's Horion, sent it right in front, and it's grabbed back by the Cardinals as they skate up through neutral ice. Igor Toskin takes a shot, stop made by Cadets.
Kedved made a nice save there. He came out and challenged the shooter. Here's a 2-on-1.
Yep, Norwich over the line down the right wing side. Here's a shot, big save made by Villaro. Back and forth we go. Here come the Cardinals. Sugarek over the line. Leaves it.
We're seeing some excellent goaltending at both ends of the ice here.
Now near side corner, Norwich gets the puck back. They look to clear it out. One try, two. Now regained by the Cardinals. Sent to the slot. Here's a shot. That one hit the crossbar. My goodness. That close to getting the 2-goal lead back. Now Toskin. And it's kept in the zone just barely. Good call by the linesman, but Norwich will get the puck back and loft it all the way out as they complete a line change. Now here come the Cardinals in on net. To the forehand, trying to get a shot off was Filimonov for his second goal of the game. He couldn't. And then it's shot from up high. That's absorbed by Cadvez.
Interesting dialogue going on the ice. A lot of these guys know each other. They played each other 4 times, so they're talking to each other. They better back it up with good play.
You can see that go straight off the crossbar. We'll look at it one more time, too, from this angle. The PTZ camera, and ding, right there. Great shot of it. 7 minutes to play here in the third period. Norwich over the line, but they are offside. And that stops the clock. A neutral zone faceoff coming up.
And these great views that you folks are watching around the world, Gerard Boras, fantastic job. Let me tell you. I went back and watched the videos of the Hoosier Cup, and the quality of this coverage is second to none. These two gentlemen to my right and left have done a terrific job with this, so thanks, guys.
We appreciate that, Jeff. Talk about second to none. How about this tournament in general? You and Bob Valenti, our great two-man team, running this thing for now 20 years. Hard to believe that. The Governor's Cup has been around. And some real legacy is starting to build up over these last few years. And, you know, once you get to 20 years, I mean, you talk about the history behind this tournament.
Well, it's the integration of technology that we're seeing with webcasting, with the game sheet feature we had on the website, and all sorts of little things that are happening.
Quick shot off the draw. That one wouldn't go. To the near side. Grabbed by the Cardinals. They'll look to play it out to neutral ice. They will. And Norwich dumps it back in. 6.5 to play here in the third. Now the shot lead is just 2 for the Cardinals. They'll get the puck back and skate through the neutral zone with it. Over the line comes Bekashev. He tries a shot. Nice release. But the save is made. Rebound. That one also stopped by Cadvez.
Oh, nice save by Cadvez.
Now back across is Norwich. They look to drop that one. Comes to the near side to play that one to the slot, but it's intercepted by Stepien. Now far side given back to Norwich. Back up high, just missed his man. And luckily for Norwich, fresh off the bench on a change is Betancourt, I should say.
I wanted a public service reminder when we get a chance here, Dylan.
All right, here's a shot. That one is covered up. There's a whistle, Jeff. Perfect timing again. Go ahead.
So for you folks watching at home all over the world, nationwide, we want to thank you for tuning in today. You can go to pahockey.net. At the bottom of that schedule, there is a download for the official game program. 23 pages, has all the rosters, all the history, all the schedule. And on that website, you can see the complete history of the tournament. So it's there for you folks to enjoy.
Good call by you, Jeff. As the Cardinals get back the other way, this one backhanded down below the goal line.
We say bid farewell to Lucas. He'll be back next year.
Hopefully you're feeling better soon. Here's a shot. Nice save by Cadets as he deflects it up over the glass.
Yeah, he's keeping the team in the game now. South Kent looking for the knockout punch. Norwich looking to tie this game. We got 5 minutes of action packed. It's going to decide this Governor's Cup, Dylan.
Wouldn't rather have it any other way, Jeff. And maybe some overtime looms. We'll see.
Oh, boy.
Boy, would that be a great way to decide this tournament. Now left point, down to the circle, punch back up high, high slot. Here's a shot. That one covered up by the goaltender.
We're going to have the MVP. I'm going to hand you the sheets, the magical sheets, so you can start putting that together. And Bobby V is going to be down on the ice to present the Governor's Cup and the MVP trophy.
All right, well, Jeff, a lot could happen in these next 5 minutes, so we'll see. Jeff, you'll be doing the PA for that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Amazing the stamina of these athletes.
No kidding. Now here comes South Kent. They've got a 2-on-1 down the left wing side. This shot hits the crossbar.
Oh,
Yarkov, oh my goodness. South Kent on 2 occasions here in the third period as drew iron. Now here's another shot. That one stopped by Kedvez. South Kent still with it. Played down to the left wing circle, but intercepted by Norwich and they clear it out. That'll go for an icing.
Well, Kedved had a little help from his friend, the goalpost of the crossbar, but Norwich is going to pick it up. They've got to find something in deep with 4:17 to go to get that puck up the other end of the ice because they're running out of time. And the puck management has been terrific by South Kent.
Now played out to neutral ice. We're down to 4:07 here in the third period. Couple of moves here. Down below the goal line. Sugarek plays it up to the left point. Here's a shot that deflects to the near side half boards. Backhanded down low once again by Filimonov. Now here come the Cadets. Looking to tie this game. Here's a shot. What a stop made there by Villaro with the glove.
Careful with that circle to the ped, Dylan. I know where you're going, and I'm with you. 3:33 remaining here in the third period. This has been one terrific hockey game, 2 terrific hockey teams. Well coached. Wayne and Rob, super job of these programs.
Face off taken, and here comes South Kent. Bekashev finds some space, gets rid of a shot, but that one wide. And now the other way come Norwich free. We're getting to that crunch time. We might see the goaltender get pulled soon. We'll keep a close eye down to our right and see when that might happen. Knocked in by Bekashev. Picked up by Harayan. Will Harayan out to the neutral zone, deflected ahead. Out of his crease to leave it is Villaro. Sent all the way down. That's going to be an icing with 2:41 to go here in the third. Jeff,
Dylan,
neither team has used their timeout, by the way.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question personally.
Sure.
You watch a lot of hockey in Illinois in these tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of the quality of this play of these championships?
Jeff, well, first of all, let me just say you would never guess that these teams are playing their 5th game in 3 days. Let me just leave it at that.
That's true.
Second of all, just great competitive hockey. I just love the fact that in this particular game, you got two teams that meet in their own regular season, a rivalry matchup. This is the 4th time these two teams have played. Norwich Free is looking to even the season series at 2-2. They won the first meeting 4-2. South Kent came back with a 2-1 win and a 10-4 win. Talk about two different types of games on back-to-back nights, by the way, back in November.
This is not disappointed. That's what I'm saying. This has been terrific.
Now right point. Here's a shot. Bounces in and is held on to by Kedvez.
Kedved's really come up big. Valero has been equally as good. Both goaltending have been terrific. Here comes the timeout here.
Rita Hayes says, "You guys got this. Let's go Norwich Hockey Club." Dawn Schneider says, "Zoli, the goalie, you're amazing." Andrea Sugarek spamming the chat. "Let's go SKS. You guys need to wake up." This time, what is that? 9 exclamation marks.
Wow. They're yelling at you, Dylan.
Yeah, well, they're not yelling at me. They're yelling at South Kent School. But they've got a 4-3 lead here. 1:57 to go. Shots on goal, 35 for the Cardinals, 30 for the Cadets. Dylan Ward and Jeff Morrow. As the moment of truth is nearly upon us, Jeff, the Governor's Cup has been a great event all weekend long, and unless we go to OT, the last 2 minutes of gameplay here from Jamestown.
What I love is when you look down at these benches and these coaches are coaching these players up. I look down here to my right, and Wayne Sheehan has done a wonderful job with this group of kids. Rob Bulger on the other half, South Kent Cardinals, wonderful job. And what a great cultural experience to come here to Jamestown in the middle of New York for these kids and play for something like this. It's pretty special.
All right. Stick taps on the South Kent bench.
Bring us home, Dylan.
The goalie staying put, of course, with the face-off in their own end. You got to think he'll make the sprint to the bench as soon as Norwich gets offensive zone possession. Down by a goal. And we get a whistle, and I'm not sure why.
Automatic offside. It was delayed offside, and the player did not leave the zone. That's a mistake by South Kent.
So that's going to set up a no-zone face-off. Goalie staying put for now. Kedvez. Zoli the goalie, as nicknamed by the fans. Now he'll wait between the hash marks.
1:46 remaining on the clock, Dylan.
Drop of the puck is forked out of the zone. Norwich Free Academy. Given up and backhanded back in.
Toscan made a nice play. He got his stick down on the ice, and he got that puck out of the zone.
1.5 to play here in the third period. Norwich needs to get something cooking fast. Sam Monpetit. He'll try and exit the zone, kept alive by the Cardinals. Now swooping in there is Amaziel. And he can't clear the zone. It's given up. In on net to the backhand. Stopped by Kedvez on the Sugarek chance. Boy, oh boy, that could loom large. Remember that stop, as Eddie Olczyk might say. 1 minute to play here in the third, and off to the bench goes the goaltender. Actually, not quite. He'll wait a second as Norwich keeps it alive at the blue line. Now in the slot, what a move, crashing the net. unable to get anything going there. The goalie still staying put as South Kent gets the puck back. They rush ahead, maybe a 3-on-2 to the near side. This is Yarkov. Goes over to the doorstep, and the man unable to tap it home. Now the goalie's got to go, and he's going to the bench now. He's fully committed. This one sent in and held on to by Valaro for a whistle with 25.1 seconds to go. What a finish we have here in Jamestown.
And you know what happens if this stays the same, Dylan, don't you? It tips the apple cart.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Over half the games will have been one goal.
There you go. That's a good point. All right, here we go. 6 attackers out for Norwich. South Kent on the verge if they can hang on. Down below the goal line. Played to the near side half wall. Now sent to the near side corner. 13 seconds to go. Briere below the goal line. Sent right in front, and that pass missed a man. And we get a whistle as the net gets knocked off. Wow. See exactly how that net came free. The goalie kicked it off. All right, 4.4 seconds. This is it. Puck goes high off the face-off. Out of play, and time comes off the clock. Now down to 2.6 seconds. South Kent can taste it. Face-off win by Norwich. Here's a shot. That one stopped. The buzzer sounds, and it's over. The South Kent Cardinals will fly all the way back home with the Governor's Cup. A 5-0 record on the weekend. They'll finish outscoring their opponents 19-10, and a thriller here in the championship. The South Kent Cardinals get their 3rd victory over Norwich Free Academy this season. Another 1-goal game. 4-3 your final score. The South Kent Cardinals in their Governor's Cup debut make it 1-for-1. They take it home.
Great officiating today, Dylan. The officiating was excellent, but well-played hockey game. Both very good, well-coached teams. Good structure, and 1 goal. And the goaltending was terrific as well.
So South Kent's final record, 5-0, of course. A 5-1 win over St. Ignatius, 5-3 over Lake Forest, 3-2 over Upper St. Clair, 2-1 over Culver, and here in the final, 4-3 over the Cadets. Dylan Ward saying, I'm going to step aside. Thank you so much for tuning in, but Jeff Morrow will take you home with the official trophy presentation and the announcement of the MVP. Don't go anywhere.
Over 20 years ago, we came here in Jamestown to be vision to have teams come here from far and wide. These 2 teams on the United States come here from far and wide, literally. Many of you international players, different hockey. First, I want to thank the Northwest Arena for their hospitality, terrific venue. Great job. The officiating today, not only keep going throughout the tournament, the officiating was very good. We've made a conscious decision to invest back in West Academy that over 400 people watch this game today online. And we have an interactive chat room, many for parents and family members for interactive one of the best hockey games I've seen in many years in the 20 years in this tournament. Two rival teams, two well-structured, well-coached teams. And I want to congratulate each and everybody who drew this game in this event. This is the toughest footy of all. There's been one person on the ground for most times of their tournament. First off, Ida Villalona, number 25. Bobby D, thank you. We know you all want to get back to Cadets, and we welcome you back there any time that you want to return to these two fine programs. We want to thank Coach Rob and Coach Lane for bringing you all this way to battle on the under this director's job, or governor's job. Without further ado, Bob Wednesday, my equipment operations manager, is going to present to the South Bend Cardinals the 2025 Governor's Cup. We want to thank Norwich Free Academy for their participation in South Bend, and wish you the best and safe travel home. We look forward to seeing you back here in 2026. Thank you all for attending, and congratulations to South Bend.
What? Yeah. What? I already turned it off. I shut it down on this end.